Supreme Magus, Chapter 23, Heart to Heart. Until that moment, lead martial training had been really sloppy. Despite all his efforts, in a whole year of practice, he had barely managed to regain the skill level of a 4th Q Aikido. The only aspect he had managed to step up to the 3rd Q were the footwork and the fall techniques. And that because initial progression depended completely on him. Without a sparring partner, someone that could watch his moves and help him correct his mistakes, there was only so much that he could do. He could either make a mud dummy, move, or train himself. He was not at the point that he could do both at the same time. Making a rough mud doll perform human-like movements required a lot of concentration. That meant that he could only put the dummies in a position and then practice while they were once again still. Lid's body was even clumsier than his original one back on Earth. To make real progress, he needed to be hit, to be thrown around, to practice all his moves on a moving target. But Lid couldn't ask for help from anyone. How could he possibly explain that he wanted to practice alien martial art? What help could anyone give him, not even knowing the basics of the basics? That's why he usually practiced in the middle of the night. And Solus was the perfect solution for his problem. After further merging their minds, they had discovered new uses for the tower core. Lid had just to plant her into a mud doll to turn it into a quasi-golem, finally getting his sparring partner. Solus had all the human senses and more, and with Lid's permission, she could consume his mana to perform spells he knew in his stead. Her nature was that of a magic tower. She was supposed to oversee countless floors and devices. Even in her weakened state, moving a poor excuse of a mud golem was easier than a pie. Solus further improved Lid's idea, managing to make the golem body soft at the right times before hitting or being hit. This why she was able to put enough strain on Lid's body to train it and avoid any possible injury by accident. She also had access to all his memories, including all his master's teachings. Solus was able to use those memories to correct Lid's mistakes and help him improve by leap and bounds. Thanks to invigoration, Lid was now able to stay awake for a whole month before his performances started declining, forcing him to rest. So, thanks to Solus, whenever he would meet a bottleneck, he would train martial arts. He only needed to take a short break when the fatigue became too much. Light magic would mend his muscles, making them recover and grow stronger in a matter of minutes, dissipating the accumulated lactic acid at the same time. During those moments, Lid and Solus would chat heart to heart. So, what do you plan to do in the future? Why do you put so much effort in all this training? Magic, martial arts, hunting. Why don't you stop from time to time to just smell the roses? Solus asked. Whenever I do stop, I start thinking about the future, and that scares me to death. I already know that death is a trap, forcing me to switch one hell with another. I don't want to live all my life in a small village. Just the idea is equivalent to the death penalty. Doing the same routine every day in a prison without bars, where I am forced to lie every single day, waiting to die and start all over again. I can't bear this thought. My plan is to test these body limits, get as strong as I can, so that once I reach adulthood, I will be able to explore this world and see it's worth living in it. If either this body or this world meet my expectation, I will strive all my life to find a way to prevent me passing into another world after death. How? I don't know. I'm still as ignorant as a baby about magic. All I know it is its practical use. I have no idea if it's possible to create magical artifacts, but if my hypothesis is right, I could become a lich. Even better, I could find a way to bind my soul to this world so that in case of death, I would remain here, possessing the nearest available course. I hope that when push comes to shove, I will also have found a way to retain both my magic core and muscle memory. And what if both the world and your body fail you? In that case, I would not mind starting my journey once again. If I have to live a shitty life in a shitty world, might as well depart early. I'll keep moving around until I roll my 100 and get born as a perfectly healthy young master of a filthy rich family, a chosen one or whatever. It's just a matter of luck. What about your family? Are you going to abandon them like that? Tit pondered seriously about that matter. Of course not. Making them lose their son, their brother for no reason, without even giving them a body to bury, is too cruel, even for me. I'll stick around until my family needs me before checking out. Solus giggled. Don't you see? Things are not actually all black and white as you make them. When you awoke in this world, you couldn't wait to die. To reroll, as you say. Then you choose to stay for the magic. Now you are willing to continue this life for someone else's sake. Give yourself some time. The bad people you met have reinforced your bias on life, but the good people are also slowly changing you. At the beginning, you couldn't care less about Tista's life. Now, it's all you think about. You hated both Elena and Raz even before knowing them because of issues with parental figures. They are not your parents back on Earth. This planet is not Earth. Give it a chance before doing something so extreme. How do I know you're not telling me all this only to keep your host? Easy peasy, read my mind. After checking it thrice, Lid could not find any hidden agenda or egotistical reason. Damn it, all this mind-linked stuff is so irritating. I cannot get out of this argument with mistrust or doubts. It's my loss, for now at least. You are barely a month old. Life will change you. It always does. Solus giggled again. Or maybe it will change you and you will start warming up to me. And then you will have to take care of me for your whole life, hubby. Lid felt a cold chill run down his spine. Please, don't call me like that. I'm ready to go again. Don't go easy on me. I never do, Solus replied, getting on Lid's already shaken nerves. Thanks to all the exercise, Lid would quickly overcome any bottlenecks, and soon he could feel the bottled up impurities trying to find their way out again. Lid had pondered if it was the case of getting rid of the impurities in the same way he did for the rest of his family. But after discussing it with Solus, he decided not to. The purification treatment he had devised for Tista was an artificial method, and even though it gave the same benefits in the term of physical appearance and resistance to illnesses, their magic power and physical prowess never got enhanced. Lid had no idea why the impurities had to travel to the Manacor before getting expelled, inflicting such excruciating pain, but it was worth the cost. It happened during one of their sparring sessions. As soon as Lid realized what was happening, he quickly undressed himself not to taint his clothes. This time, he offered no resistance, discovering that it wasn't so painful after all. Leek puked much more impurities than the last time, letting them come out of all his pores and orifices. The stench was so bad he was about to faint before managing to destroy them with dark magic. He was completely exhausted. This time, not even invigoration could replenish his energies. He needed to sleep. After a bath, I stink so bad I could raise the dead. Solus ignored the obvious remark. It's exactly as you remembered. Whatever happens to you is like a sword getting tempered and purified at the same time. Both your body and mana core had undergone qualitative changes again. I think your potential skyrocketed, promoting you from my bare minimum requirements. You still need to work hard to develop it though. And so Lid continued his routine until the day of the spring festival.